This is video number 29 on your Firearms Defense channel. Today I want to talk about gun takeaways. Now the reason I want to cover this subject is they teach us stuff in the self-defense and the martial arts academies. They teach firearms disarms and knife disarms and stuff like that. Now, as a decent God-fearing citizen with a concealed carry permit, it's unlikely you're going to run up against a predator who's had this kind of training and knows any of this stuff, but I want to cover this space just in case. Now, as a decent God-fearing law-abiding citizen with concealed carry and the Second Amendment right to protect yourself, there's only 3 reasons you should ever get your weapon taken away from you. Now, having your weapon taken away from you is caused by letting the predator get close enough to take it away. That's what happens. He can't take it away from 10 feet away. He has to get right on top of you. Now, getting right on top of you and getting close enough to take it away is caused by 3 things. And I'm going to write the 3 reasons on the board. I want you to get a good visual look at these things and actually commit them to memory. Reason number 1. Just in case for some reason you can't read that, it says talking when you should be shooting. Now, I'm going to include stop or don't shoot in that category, which they teach you to do at the shooting academies. Now, if you're a female and you're 5'4" and weigh 110 pounds, stop or I'll shoot isn't likely to be effective. If you've drawn your weapon and the guy isn't going to stop or wants to take it away from you and get shot, stop or I'll shoot isn't likely to do it. Now, they teach the police how to get people to comply with these orders, and they do this at the police academy. They do scenarios all day long, and they've got actual drill instructors out there screaming at these recruits about how it should be done and how they did it and you didn't do it. It's just like a Full Metal Jacket, the way they teach the police to do it, and they get results, but that's how and why it's done. Now, I'm going to give you a demonstration here of how a police officer might do it. Now, this is actually more like what a police officer might do in a situation like this. On the ground, asshole! Do it now! And somewhere along the line, there's a high likelihood the guy would get shot. He might not even get all of that out before he shot the guy, and that's fairly routine for the police department. Okay, let me turn this down just a little bit here. So that's number 1. You don't want to be talking when you should be shooting. Number 2 is Number 2 says listening when you should be shooting. I'll give you another example of this. Say again you're a woman, and I'm only using women because for some reason predators will be more likely to intimidate them than they would. They think they're more easily intimidated. So this is what a predator might do if you're a woman and you're holding a gun on you. Ah, come on now, sweetie. You wouldn't shoot old Leroy. All I just want is a little bit of sex. I just want to abuse you a little bit, sweetie. You wouldn't actually, you know. And that's what a predator might do with a woman. Now, here's the thing about that. Now, if you're in a life-threatening situation and the predator gets the first word out of his mouth, that's one too many. When you have made up your mind, when your weapon comes out of its holster, it should be for the purpose of 2 to center mass and 1 to the ocular cranial cavity, and that'll end anything and everything. There won't be any more, there won't be any discussion or argument about that. Okay, number 3 here. Number 3 says thinking when you should be shooting. It's actually a combination of the 2 mistakes above. So those are the mistakes you want to avoid when you have concealed carry and you're depending upon your weapon to save your life. So in closing this, before I close this, I want to get right on top of this, and I want to give you a real close-up good view of those things. And I want you to commit them to memory, and having done that, video 29 here will have served its purpose, and we'll see you on the next one.